Hey ballers, I'm here in Calgary with actually one of the tournament boats, which is one of the first 2014 ProStars ever made, with the designer, Mr. Marcus Brown. Marcus, this thing is impressive. Tell us all about it.
Thank you, John. Thanks for doing this. Thanks for coming, talking to me a little bit. First off, I just want to say I'm not the designer, I guess you'd say. I know I'm one of the many people who made this thing happen. We had a huge engineering team, you know, basically a brain trust of people who came together in all facets, all aspects of this R&D process to prototype, develop, and then come up and, you know, basically build this finished product. And this is a finished piece right here. This is basically a production boat, if you will. And I don't know, what do you want to talk about? Should we run through some features, or
let me lead with
you want to talk a little history?
Well, let's start. So
okay.
So let's start and say that I've skied this boat. Skied it 32 off, 35 off. Great. Feels like a slalom boat, whatever. Skied it at 26 miles an hour, 15 off, like my wife is going to ski. Money. Perfect. Skied it at 28 miles an hour, 15 off. Money. Perfect. Skied it at 36 miles an hour, 15 off, thinking, oh man, I'm going to find the rooster tail here. No rooster tail, no wake. What else did I ski? 22,
you ski 22, 34.
22, 34. Yep. Wakes are beautiful. Ergonomics, beautiful. So yeah, Marcus, talk to us a little bit about the ergonomics inside the boat.
So the ergonomics, it's kind of the form follows the function. We obviously want to make the best wake out there of any 3-event ski boat. No spray. That was our goal. No spray, no wake, tracking, drivability. So when you look at that, what we end up doing was going a little bit wider with the running surface, and then ultimately you end up going a little bit wider with the boat. Problem is, people freak out. Don't. It's lighter, it's shorter than anything else out there, and you end up with some really cool interior space. We have some ski racks on both sides, as you're going to see. You put 4 skis on these ski racks. If you're not a private lake owner and you're a public lake goer, there's a public course, and you end up with still some walkable space. It's almost more space with the skis on the racks than on our current 197. Driver's seat. This is one of my favorite things. This is not quite the polished product, but it has the features that we push for. Mainly comfort. You want to be able to sit in this thing for 3-4 hours if you're at a tournament driving a long event, you know, say girls 2, girls 3 slalom, or men's 3 slalom. And reclinability. The reclining of a ski boat driver's seat, I don't think has ever happened. I don't think anybody's ever done that. And the reason that we wanted to do that was not everybody's body is the same. So either you're going to have moving parts in the lumbar, or you're going to allow people to find the appropriate attitude with their upper body, their torso, to get the right line of sight, to get the right feel at the helm. And that's what we tried to do. With the dash, I don't know if you can see it, but basically we pushed everything forward. We had too much space between the steering wheel and the windshield base. So we were able to bring things forward, tighten everything up, have the dash wrap around you. We dropped the line of sight really low. So even my mom, who's like 5'2", is going to be able to drive me. I don't know if she could actually drive me. Maybe I'll trust her someday. But technically, theoretically, she could get behind the wheel and still see through.
So let's talk a little history. So Marcus, you told me that 3 years ago it was time to start over. And it was clean sheet of paper. How many basic shapes did you go through to get to this?
I don't know if I can recount all the basic shapes we went through, but it is like this. It's like, think about when you're coming up with an idea on a sheet of paper, clean sheet of paper. You start to scribble. Maybe you did it in pen. You're like, you know what? I can't erase this. So what do? You have to scrap it. You get to a certain point, you bang your head against the wall, you have to scrap it and start over. You do it again. Imagine doing that 3 or 4 or 5 times. That's what we did, but we really did that with working models. We had 3, 4, 5, even 6 working models, iterations, completely different boats, completely different bottoms. We cut molds 3 or 4 times before we got to this final iteration, which is what we've been using here at the MasterCraft Pro Shootout, which is what people are getting to ski behind, demo, drive. I think we're finding that people are really enjoying it. All right, so this is the ZeroOff Screen. We really wanted to integrate this into this this digital display, but we also wanted to make it really clean, really simple. No menuing around to get to everything. Up arrow, down arrow. I screwed up. I got to start over. You'll see ZeroOff. This is cruise on, cruise off. Simple as that. One button. It's easy to see. It's green when it's on. It's red when it's off. Up here you have settings. Okay. Buzzer volume. Change the prop type. Timing recap, stuff like that. Over here, that's the speed. You hit the set speed, you bring up, down arrow. That's how easy it is to adjust the speed. Back up. You also have tactile buttons here, which you can also use if you don't like digital buttons. Makes it really simple to adjust the speed. Over here is the plus minus, off on, super simple. That's the pull type, A123, B123, C123. Super simple. Here's the course. This makes it so easy to change courses, to remap, to rename. You don't have to up arrow to get to A, B, C, D, E, F, G if you want G. It's just keyboard comes up. I can run you through that, but I won't. Tournament, slalom, training, jump, tournament, training, trick. That's how easy it is to change from one mode to the next.
So Marcus, this is ideal for the slalom skier whose wife is not a huge skier, but he needs her to get through the menus.
Yes, because she likely has an iPhone, a smartphone of some sort, and she's very intuitive or probably used to using touchscreen, and this is about as simple as it gets.
Well, not only do I think this is a good idea, but I'm thinking, why didn't somebody do this sooner? Why were you lagging? Where have you been?
Dude, I don't know, man. I don't know if we just got lucky and the time was right with technology and when we were doing a redesign, or if maybe likely also we had a little bit more vision than everybody else and we were able to pull it together and really sign off on it and implore on the people, the powers that be, and say, hey, we really need this for our ski boat. This is really going to make the consumer's experience, the driver's experience, the skier's experience that much better.
I think it's awesome. So while we're here in the dash, so you want to talk again about the whole cockpit feel, how it's kind of wide open?
Yeah. Okay, so I'll kind of step to the side here, but what you're going to see is a little bit different look, or quite a bit different look than the old MasterCraft. So the old MasterCraft, you remember the 197 that we've had for so long, the dash, this lower panel had two panels, almost like stages, right?
Right.
The lower panel it was a switch panel, and it wrapped kind of out, it was convex, and it wrapped out away from the dash towards the driver, right? Then the top panel with all the gauges kind of wrapped in. And so what that did was kind of push the driver really far away from all those gauges up top. So what we did was we eliminated that switch panel. All the switches are down here on the right. And what we did was push everything forward 6 inches. So not only are you more in the wind shadow of the windshield, but you're closer to everything. It's much more of you feel like you're part of the cockpit. And what we did was we also dropped this line down. We have a dip here if you want to put your smartphone here. If you have it plugged in for music or whatever, we have under this driver's side glove box, we have 3 USB plugins. One goes to the stereo if you have it, 2 are just for power. Okay, really nice feature. Some people actually use the right side of the glove box as a lineup for the course.
Nice.
Pretty good 2-in-1 use. Also over here we have a cubby hole. We have the controls for the stereo if you get that option. And then over here on the right, you may not be able to see it, but we have the analog 3-in-1, the tactile gauges that people kind of going to freak out if they go here to gauges, which is this button. And you have your water temp, you have air, you have volts, you have hours. You can cycle through that, but some people really like to be able to glance and see, oh, I got the full tank of fuel. Oh, the oil pressure's at 65, temps at 170, we're good. So we have that still. It's a 3-in-1 down by your right hand side, easy to view. We also have a pocket, you can't see it, but it's a storage pocket here for your phone, for your chapstick, for your sunscreen, something that we've never had. Cup holders now up here on the dash.
Cup holder is super important.
Yep. Little Starbucks, a little tall.
What do you got? What do you got in that Starbucks? Black?
Just black coffee.
Just black?
Just simple. Yeah, paleo.
Paleo?
Very paleo. Yep. New steering wheel, lighter, dull, polished finish. Sorry, not polished finish, matte finish. Doesn't reflect. Very light. We took all that mass we had on our old wheel, which was out wide, which created a lot of angular momentum. Once you got it spinning, it was really hard to counteract and react to the skier. We moved that to the inside, so the wheel feels really light. Besides the fact that the boat tracks far superior to what we've had with the 197, so you're using these corrective measures a lot less. Okay, so Bimini tops, sore subject for some boat owners. What don't you like? What do you like? I don't like straps flapping in the wind. I don't like obstructed views here. I don't like the tackiness and the afterthought look and feel of a Bimini top. So what we did at MasterCraft, we did a full integration of the Bimini with our new windshield with the new ProStar boat. So what I'm going to show you is how easy this thing is to operate and to deploy and to stow. So this is the Bimini fully deployed. You can see as a coach, full unobstructed view, as a spectator, as a observer. Same on the side with the driver. You can fully reach out, access the rope, hand the handle to the skier, all that easy stuff. This is how easy this thing is to stow. You have a sleeve here. You release some of the pressure, you slide this thing up, go over here, same thing, slide it up, let it fall down. There's 2 pins you pull on each side. Flip this up, show you there's a pin here, pull the pins down, that's it, easy as pie. Stowed, ready to put the cover on, ready to tow, whatever you need to do. Okay, so question was open bow, closed bow. What are we going to do? Well, we decided why not do both. Nobody's ever done it. MasterCraft's in the business of being held to a higher standard. Let's try it. So what we have here is, you see, our open bow cover. This is an infused piece, very light, very easy to manage, and it's actually doubles as a, with the sea deck, you can access a beach if you beach your boat. I'm going to show you a couple other cool features. This middle seat, you can't see it, but it goes down about as easy as it can go down. So this bow cover comes with a couple different options. You can obviously reach down, hinge this thing up, access. You can come around, I don't know if you can come around and see, but you have, in this option, you have no upholstered bow. No bow seating. Handrails, but no bow seating. You can get it like this. You can get it with bow seating and with the bow cover if you wish, so that when you want to go to the lake, the public lake, you reach in, lift this thing up, pull it off, and you're out of the boat. Now you have open bow seating. That easy. Putting the bow cover back in, you have 2 L brackets up front. You just drop them in these 2 slots. That's it. Pop it in, do a dance. I don't know. No deflection, really. 0 deflection on this thing.
Could you do yoga on that thing?
You could do yoga on this thing if you did yoga.
You don't do
I don't know
yoga?
why you would do yoga. I mean, with water ski, for God's sakes, there's no time for yoga. You want me in the driver's seat or here?
Nah, it's right here. Like,
cuddle up?
like we're casual.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's not cuddle.